I recently went to an incredible art event in Italy, and through it I got some really incredible art supplies for free, which I'm going to be highlighting for you in this video. To check out all the supplies that I bought from this trip, be sure to check out this video next. While in Bologna, I got to meet some incredible artists, including quite a few Daniel Smith ambassadors, and I also met John Congley, the owner of Daniel Smith, and he gave me these beautiful new colours. So we have Cobalt Green Deep, which is PG26. I think it's going to granulate beautifully. Yeah, it was so nice. So on top of I got the full 15mm tubes of the 4 out of 6 of the new colours. And then they were also giving away lots of the dot cards that are made by the different ambassadors where they pick out their favourite colours. So I picked out Ashley's one, even though it's for pet portraits. Looking at the colours, there's quite a few that I like. I picked out the gouache one so that I can make a more informed gouache decision. These are the 6 new colours. So the one that I don't have is Jaune Brilliant number 2 and Earthy Light Red. That being said, these are my favorite ones anyway. The only one that I'm also kind of tempted to add is Jaune Brilliant number 2. Time will tell. Then I got some quite a few dot cards. A great way to learn not only about the colors but also about the, how do I describe this? So it's not only good in the sense that you are able to see the colours and have a bit of a better idea of the colours before you get them, but I also like knowing specifically like what different artists like using in their palettes and how they use it. That I find really interesting, which is why I love that these are done by different artists. And then John also gave me this, which has 266 colours to try, and I think it may have, yeah, it has like swatches of the gouache at the back as well, so plenty of swatches and experimentation to do. Next we have Jaune Brilliant number 1, I should say. So I'm kind of curious to see what number 2 will look like, but I feel like number 1 is the one that I'm probably most drawn to, because you know how I was saying that buff titanium is one of those colors that's good to use in mixes. I usually like adding yellows just so that I can get something that's a little bit warmer, like this. Delicious, looks edible. Not that you should try to eat it. Then we have Coral Reef. This has PO73 and PW6. Jaune Brilliant has PY65 and PW6. So you could probably try and mix these yourself, you know, by just adding a bit of white and get some lovely, delicious looking pastel colors. And then Manganese Violet. Curious to see. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if this would actually tint. I don't know why I thought it would be quite low tinting. In terms, I guess I was getting flashbacks to Cobalt Violet. And I feel like Manganese Violet as a whole is usually quite low tinting, but this is actually quite nice. We'll see how it dries, because I have a suspicion it might granulate. Time will tell. And, you know, for the sake of completion, seeing as I have the dot card here, I'll do the swatches of the colors that I don't have so that you can see them as well. So this is Jaune Brilliant number 2, which is warmer than number 1. Still a really lovely color. And then the other color that I don't have is the Earthy Light Red, which is like a nice orange color. Well, earthy orangey color. Now I did get some extra freebies. But Daniel Smith were kind enough to give me an apron. Given that I'm doing like jelly printing and I'm trying to work bigger and trying to have more fun and I'm getting messier, I'm actually, this has come at the perfect time. So I thought that was really sweet. Thank you so much. Not from Daniel Smith, but from a lovely friend. They gave me, this is like liquid gold, a little bit of some amazing Daniel Smith paints, which I'm going to swatch out for you here. Part of me is like, no, I need a spotlight, I need better lighting, I need perfect conditions, I need a piece of paper I'm going to keep forever, but I'm not going to go wild with using it because I don't want to waste it on a swatch. But this here is Daniel Smith's PO49. You heard me correctly, not PO48, but the original Quin Gold that I have never tried before, that companies have been replicating or trying to replicate for years. And it is so beautiful. It's almost like, oh, wow, look at that. So all the Quin Golds and everything, they're trying to replicate this color, the original Quin Gold. And this is Daniel Smith's, of which I have like a precious drop. And then I also got Daniel Smith's Green Gold. I didn't even know this existed. Beautiful. Ah. So I'm really happy about that. Incredibly grateful. And yeah, I mean, I made some very good friends in Bologna. That's all I can say. I did get some extra little dot cards with Daniel Smith watercolors as well, like plenty of dot cards, which is actually quite nice. As I said, I like little mini curated palettes. I especially love the ones that are put together by different artists so that I can get insights into what they like creating. And that's not all that I got for free. There's plenty more. Let me show you. Rosa Gallery gave a color for free to everyone, and this is what was in our goodie bags. I think everyone got different colors. So I got carbon yellow. Ooh, and they also gave us this. That's cute. So it's a dot card and it has some of the colors. I feel like I have some. I thought initially it was the new 10 colors, but actually it's not. Black grape is a really nice color. Royal brown I really like. Aureolin, we already know I keep using. Azure blue is this beautiful bad boy here, so that's a great choice. Turquoise I've got. Green I have in a separate palette. Quin Lilac I have in a separate palette as well, and then Madder Rose. So that's really lovely, like lots of dot cards. And then, as I said, carbon yellow. Not gonna lie, not a color I would have picked myself. That being said, I'm grateful. I feel like I have it, but I thought when I got it, I thought it would be yellow, as one would expect from the name, but actually it's not yellow. It's definitely an interesting color, and it granulates quite a lot, so you can see, like, you know, another one to watch dry, I'd say. Would be excellent for rocks and cliffs and that kind of, you know, nature. It granulates a lot. And now I do swatch them out in a separate video, which I'll leave for you. But if you were curious about the new 2025 Rosa Gallery watercolors, then these are the swatches. And you can see green quartz here, which is absolutely stunning. And this is, oh, okay, this is carbon yellow here that we can see here as well. So obviously the swatch, like here I lifted quite a lot so that I could see the color underneath, and you can see more of the yellow. When you don't, it's a lot more brown. So it's a varied color. It's definitely one that I think is maybe more for like natural elements like rocks, cliffs, that kind of thing. But so that is PBK7, PY150 and PR101. And then Roman Szmal also gave free colors inside the goodie bags, and in here we have these ones. Let's open them up. The other thing that I think quite most of the brands gave, which was really helpful, and something that I recommend picking up when you go to these kinds of events, or just in general when you have the opportunity to do so, is like the little brochures, you know, because you get the information on all the colors, the pigment information, all the colors that are in the range, the light fastness, whether they granulate, whether they're staining or not. Like, it's just a plethora of information. So I love getting these. The other thing, I was, however many days I was then years old, when I realized that with Roman Szmal, if you look, you know how they have like different numbers. So for example, Chinese white is color 101, or cadmium yellow deep is color 309, Hansa yellow deep is 207, and how the colors don't go in order. The first number tells you the series. Like, I didn't know, I didn't know that. I was always looking out for the series and written it down, but that's what it is. So like Shadow Grey, for example, is number 259. That's a series 2. Shabish Grey, number 401, is a series 4. Obviously, the higher the series, the more expensive the colors, but that gives you an idea as you're looking through it. If you know how much the series costs, then you have a good idea as to like the rough price range of the different colors. Autumn Green 363, series 3 color. Had no idea. Oh, I wonder if I got the same one twice. Yes, I got the same one twice. So this is Davis Grey. Yeah, Davis Grey is PBK 19 and PBK 32. It's a very light color. It almost reminds me of like a green earth, like that kind of color. You know how I talk about like, oh, doing a romantic palette? I think I'm going to do that like as a video so that you can visualize what I mean when I'm talking about the romantic palette. And this is Hansa Yellow Light PY3, a staple color. Cadmium Red Deep PR108. I'm surprised they put in a cadmium because they tend to usually be a little bit more expensive. Okay. So these are the 3 colors that I got for free from Szmal that were inside the goodie bags for everyone. From Montmartre, I already told you that they gave me this, which was literally just random because I took a picture for them. But while chatting with them beforehand, they'd actually given me this, which is a brush cleaner. I have never cleaned my brushes with anything other than water. I'm curious. I want to see if it will be able to, the new brush that we got. Because I used a lot of tinting colors on it. Can it go back to white? I think it'd be wild if it could go back to white. Am I supposed to be doing this under running water? Maybe. But I don't feel like any more color is coming out. And then it also has this, I think, so that you can scrub your brush in a more gentle way than I am doing. Smells nice. But that's the thing. I guess like in theory, like I know you should wash all your brushes, but I don't know, I kind of feel like with acrylics maybe it makes more of a difference, but with watercolor I guess we did get some color off there, so water clearly wasn't enough, and that's just after 1 use. I feel like I've given all my brushes a nice treatment, like the treatment that we do, on our hair. I'll have to watch back to see like, oh, did it make it significantly lighter again? But now if you're still watching and you're an MVP, you go ahead and you let me know in the comments. We listen and we don't judge whether you use brush soap on your brushes, or whether it's just me who's never like washed their brushes before today. Expand on that and let me know if you mean like your acrylic brushes, oil brushes, or watercolor brushes. I kind of feel like I can say I've been painting with watercolor brushes for the past 5 years. I haven't this is the first bit of like brush soap that I have ever got, so, and I've been fine. But that being said, I'm curious to know if this is a regular practice for other watercolor artists. I think other than that, it's supposed to just keep your brushes clean and keep them in good condition, So they gave us this for free. I think they only had like 2 or 3, and they gave me one, they gave Ashley one, I think they also gave Georgia one, so that was really nice. I also got this for free, which is Cause colors, which I know, love and enjoy. They move really nicely and they are beautiful, vibrant colors. Diorylite yellow, which is PY83, and I appreciate that they have put the pigment information on the dot card as well. Look at how bright that is. This here is Pyro Red Medium, which is PR254. I think this was actually one of the colors that my members had recommended as a favorite. Then we have, oh, that's nice, Quin Violet. This is really nice. And this is PV19. Ultramarine Blue. Wunderbar. What would have been really nice is, imagine they were doing the 25p sets. I would have come back. I don't even know how I would have carried it all back, but I would have found a way. I say that because, obviously like fluid liquid allowance. The green is chromium oxide green, PG17, and the orangey color, which I swatched, reminded me I was actually making a video about swatching, is transparent red oxide, which is PR101. This is really nice. It almost looks like PO48. The color that's in the Quin Gold Hues, that's almost what it looks like. So one of the most exciting freebies was this bad boy here, and this has Fabriano Artistico watercolor paper. It has 4 sheets that are A3 size, and I mean, yeah, 100% cotton watercolor paper, excellent quality, one of my favorite papers. For the record, like Fabriano, Saunders, they're my favorite, and Baohong as well. They're my favorite like 100% cotton watercolor papers that I really gravitate towards. So I was really happy to see Fabriano there, obviously. And in terms of what's inside the pack, you get hot press 300 GSM, cold press 300 and 640 GSM, hence why I was like shocked and I got more than one, and then rough in 300 GSM as well. But you can see just like the difference in hot press versus cold press. This is rough, although it doesn't look rough. It doesn't look that rough. Yeah, it doesn't look that rough. It looks like, which is good to know. This is why it's good to like look at samples and things, because you can't just go off of one man's rough is another man's smooth. Yeah, so rough, cold and hot pressed. These art supplies are just a tip of the iceberg when it comes to the amazing things about my trip to Italy. To check out the highlights from the art festival in Bologna, as well as the art supplies that I actually bought, be sure to check out these videos next. Thanks for watching and God bless. Bye.